What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the TJR Auto channel. My name is Tyler. This right here is my 2004 GTO named Gemma. And in today's video, we are hopefully gonna get to hear this bitch run once again. Alrighty, folks, let's start off with something simple, like a little parts unboxing. So we have some intake manifold gaskets. We have some valve cover gaskets. We have some steam port gaskets, because I used RTV last time, and I would rather not do that again. And then, I did make sure to check these. We have the same length head bolt kit. So, one box for each head, but these are all the same length bolts, whereas the earlier model LS's, for those who remember when I put the 6.0 together, I ran into the issue of I ordered head bolts for an earlier model LS, and they actually have they have staggered sizes. They have bigger ones and smaller ones. The, I believe, 04 or 05 and later uses all the same head bolt size, like these. We have those, so 2 boxes of those guys, and then our beautiful MLS gaskets. Hopefully, these do the trick. Okay, so you would think that with our resurfaced heads, which I still need to clean up, but with our resurfaced heads and all the parts, you guys would think, oh, the car can just go right back together. You're wrong. We got to take care of the header situation first. So, for anybody who remembers, I'll keep this short, sweet, and simple. Basically, it is a 3-inch exhaust coming out of the header, slips down to a 2.5 right around the X-pipe area, or right around here actually, slips down to a 2.5. So there's these extension pieces, or like a mid-pipe almost, that would slip into the header and clamp on using this style. Well, they didn't really hold up for shit. So instead, we're going to be swapping over to a V-band flange, or a V-band clamp, whatever you want to call them. So we got the welder fired up on the other side of the car. I at least want to take care of the driver's side currently, so I can get the driver's side header back in, and then we can start assembling the motor. All right, folks, so I figure while the driver's side header, which didn't come out too bad, while that cools off, because that is boiling hot, I figure let's play with getting the block prepped for head install. So what we have here is some emery cloth. Now we have two different types, I guess. So basically just different grits. One's lighter, one's a little bit rougher. My coworker, who has built many rat rods, many motors, and a lot of backyard builds, said that this is the way to go just to get the block surface cleaned. So he gave me this piece of very nice flat metal. We'll be wrapping up a piece of this basically sandpaper with it and spraying a little bit of WD-40 down on the surface of the deck and just kind of gently going with it to basically essentially clean it up, make sure it's good to go, and then we'll have to do a really deep cleaning on making sure that we don't get any, shit or metal down into the motor anywhere. I really don't care about the coolant jackets. I more so do care, though, about damaging the cylinder walls or where the lifters are down into the oil gallery. So let's, I don't know, let's just start doing it. to hold. Alrighty, folks, it is yet another new day. So yesterday, as you guys saw, me and Mike made some crazy progress, and we did get the car to fire up last night. The one thing that I was lacking on was having fresh coolant laying around. Instead, I had a bunch of old orange coolant from this car. So this morning, first thing, before I got coffee, this is why I look like this. This is what happens when you don't have coffee, and you usually drink a lot of coffee every day. But was able to clean the coolant, well, filter the coolant out, put some coolant into here, and I just pulled it outside, as you guys saw, and just let the thing run. This thing was sitting at, I think, right around 180 degrees. So not bad. I would say that's pretty normal. I think that's roughly what it ran at before. So we're looking good. Everything so far is awesome. And I really need to give a big shout out to Mike. He's been such a help with this entire car, not even just putting the thing back on the road now again with the 6-liter, but doing the front end frame swap, everything. He's been here for it all. So Mike, shout out to you, brother. You truly have been such a help with this thing. This thing is honestly just, I don't even know. I've had to tear this car apart so many damn times, chasing my own tail. It's like, you know, it is what it is. But I'm super stoked. I don't sound it or look it, but I am super stoked with where we're at right now. The thing runs really nice. The oil is still clean at the moment. It didn't really take much more coolant this morning. It took a little bit when I fired it up. I topped it off, and it's just kind of been sitting at the same level since. So what I think we should do now is drain the oil. Now that we've had the thing up to temp and let it sit, we'll drain the oil. Hopefully, if there was any shit in the motor, this gets the rest of the shit out. I have a nicer fresh oil change. We'll do that with a nicer filter, and then we'll try driving it. What could go wrong? Looks like beautifully clean oil, guys. I like that sight. I like that a lot. Look at that. I think she deserves an oil change and, oh, I don't know, maybe a burnout or two. Alrighty, boys and girls. I think we are ready to drive it. So as you saw, dropped the oil filter, also dropped all the oil, and also I had the car tipped up on its side because I ran a brand new line for the oil pressure gauge, which that needs to be zip tied to the windshield wiper. So at least I can monitor it from inside while I'm driving. But we got all the oil out of it. It actually looked, I can't even show you because it's all the way into the drain bin, but it actually looks relatively clean. Still looks like pretty good oil. I don't see any milkiness to it or anything. So I think maybe we're okay to drive it. So what I'm thinking is we do one easy drive around the block, bring it back in the garage, check everything again, and then we should probably take it out, beat it a little bit, because it seemed like our head gasket coolant getting into the oil issue last time was only happening under kind of like heavy load. So I vote we do an easy drive, check it, harder drive, check it, and kind of go from there. Guys, well, so far she's actually doing really well. All the vitals look good, and my god, I forgot how fun this thing is to drive, even just driving it easy. But we got good oil pressure, especially while driving as well. It goes up nicely, and still I think at sitting it's been sitting at about 190, but while driving it goes down. Coolant level hasn't dropped at all, still kind of sitting about the same, so we may have an air pocket in the system. It is very possible, but so far so good. And the best part is there's no leaks. temp-wise. It is nice out today, too. See if it dips. Yep. Yeah, jump from 60 to 40.
Yeah.
That's not good. All right, well, that's a problem. But normal driving, it seems fine, so that's good. Alrighty, guys, well, I think that's where we're going to be wrapping up today's video. As you know, as you saw, we made some pretty damn good progress, I'd say. I think this video took course over like a day and a half, like 2 days total, maybe, which is, I don't know, just my mind is like gone after getting this thing back on the road. But it's been awesome driving this thing. I'm so excited to be back into this car. I really do love this chassis, and I love this car so much. And I'm just so happy that me and Mike, again, shout out to my boy Mike, I know you're watching, love you, buddy. I'm just so beyond happy that we were able to crank out work on this thing and get it fired the same day. So another thing I want to talk about too before I wrap this up completely is I think I showed you guys that we were having like an oil pressure issue, at least according to the mechanical gauge. So my assumption was it was probably oil starvation due to oil slosh. But after a couple more times of getting on it a little bit, it was acting fine on the mechanical gauge, and it looked like it had bled the air out of the gauge. So some people online said it does or doesn't matter if you have air in that little nylon tube going up to your mechanical gauge. I don't know. I thought it was ironic that after all the air was out of the line, it has been reading, I think, cold, it's about 60. Like cold start, it's about 60 PSI. And then when the thing is like hot, after a little bit of driving, I think we're around like 42, 45 PSI. And when you lay into it, first, second, third, it doesn't matter what gear, it climbs steady all the way. And I've seen it touch 100 towards redline. So I think we're pretty good there. But I drove the car to work today, drove phenomenally. Still haven't found any issues. Everything looks good so far. So yeah, I think with that being said, this is where we are going to be wrapping up today's video. As I always say, I truly do love each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much for being so supportive and, you know, having some faith in me. All right, I'm just a poor boy working in his mom's garage trying to build some cool shit. You know, this is the kind of stuff I grew up watching on YouTube, and this is the kind of stuff that I really do enjoy doing. So I'm glad that I can grow a community with all of you guys, and we can kind of share ideas and share likes and stuff like that, and all be passionate about the same thing at the end of the day. So to me, it's a really special thing to have you guys. I know it might just seem like you guys watch a video and say, oh, whatever. But to me, it does mean a lot. So thank you guys so much. If you guys want to see more content, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you drop a like, drop a comment down below. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Hopefully we're doing some burnouts soon.